Iṣẹ́ Olúwa kò sẹ́ni tó yẹ.
Iṣẹ́ Olúwa ju tàfà lọ.
Iṣẹ́ Olúwa kò sẹ́ni tó yẹ.
Iṣẹ́ Olúwa ju tàfà lọ.
Lọ́lọ́run ọba fi gbé àga.
Lọ́lọ́run ọba fi gbé àga ò lẹ́bí ń bínú lẹ́bí ń pẹ̀kọ́.
Okay, so my name is Victor. I just want to contribute on the breaking news that we received today that the pastor removed the chairman of CCC Task Force worldwide, Venerable Superior Senior Evangelist Alagba Nosa or Nosa, yeah. So he was appointed on March 15th, 2025, when there was some issues that happened at K2. Some of them were not open to everybody. There are things that happen in the corridor of power. It's not everything that happened in the pastoral corners that needed to get to the public, especially when some of them are like highly classified. They are not really classified, but you know, some of us know, but it may not be necessary for us to start discussing some of those things. So there was a power tussle that happened somewhere. And as a result of that power tussle, the cabinet of the task force was reshuffled. And A.M.F Ajovi was removed from the chairman and was given the operation coordinator worldwide. And so 2 days after, on the 17th of March or 18th of March, Baba Ajovi tendered his resignation letter to the pastor's office. And that was how he stopped being a member of the CC Task Force operation. So since then, since March 15, that Alagba Nosa, who happened to be the former commissioner of police in Edo State, since he was appointed, the activities of the task force have been very slow. A lot of work that they're supposed to do, like the way we used to see them go to parishes, the way we used to see Baba Ajovi and his team do a lot of field visitations when there are conflicts, the way, you know, he kind of used a whole lot of strategies like community engagements, community dialogue. When it goes to parishes where there are issues, he likes to give an open platforms to parishioners to express themselves, the young people, the women, the youth, the elders. He allows everybody to talk, express themselves, and then he's going to come up with strategies or solutions or recommendations. And most times, we have seen all of those things because we work with him quite a long number of time. But again, when Baba Ajovi was removed, when he resigned, sorry, I keep saying when he was removed, because a lot of us thought, we felt like he was being frustrated so he can leave the office. And that was what actually happened. So a lot of speakers in Celestial Church, they came out and they were saying, oh, pastor used to give Baba Ajovi money. Some of them were happy, they were celebrating, I don't know why they were doing that. Baba Ajovi never asked anybody not to work with him. And for us, the reason why we decided to work with Baba, we've been with Baba Ajovi even before he was made the CCC Task Force chairman. We've been working with Baba Ajovi since 2020 on CRC, and we understand the kind of person he is. We've been closely working with him. So we know that pastor don't give him any money. There's no allocations to the Office of Task Force Operation. There's no running cost that was given to him by the church. But a lot of speakers came out and they were saying pastor used to give him money. And we thought that, okay, now that Baba Ajovi have resigned, the next person that have been appointed, maybe the church is going to be releasing this money. But of course, for 6 months that Alagba Nosa worked, there was no kobo released to his office for operation cost or running cost. And you will not expect the man. Yes, he was a former commissioner of police in Edo State, but he's a retired man. He's a retiree and he's collecting his pension. The money he was supposed to use to take care of himself and his family, you will not expect him to be spending that money for the work of Celestial Church of Christ. It's not everybody that will be able to spend their income for something like Celestial Church of Christ when we know our church is not a poor church. We have so much money. And let me tell you, Baba Ajovi has grace. That's the only thing he was using. It's not as if Baba Ajovi had money than Alagba Nosa. No. Baba Ajovi had grace. It was grace that made some of the things that he was doing go smoothly the way it went. And I will tell you that if someone is not passionate or very committed to the cause of this church, you will not be able to spend your personal resources the way Baba Jovi was doing it. And a lot of task force members who work with Baba Jovi, they were committed by themselves. None of them was collecting a dime. Celestial Church is not paying anybody's salary. They are not paying stipends to nobody. A lot of task force members we know on CRC, because we work with them from day one, they spend their resources for fuel, for transportations, going everywhere, logistics and all of that. That is the level and the kind of job that task force was doing. And I will just quickly say that, yes, Baba Nosa Ojo has been removed. It's such a pity that he only worked about 6 months. But I will tell you that there's nobody you will put in that position as CCC Task Force Chairman today without the church allocating resources for them to work. All the shenanigans in the church will never stop. Everything will continue. Because one of the reasons why some people were celebrating as at then, I could understand. They were celebrating because they thought, oh, Baba Nosa Ojo, as a former commissioner of police, he can be able to use his office to, cop a lot of excesses in the church, a lot of shenanigans going on, shepherds or prophets, defrauding people, scamming people, abusing, assaulting, all kind of things that was happening that we're exposing and we're bringing out then. Maybe all of those things are going to be caught. But of course, it's multiplied. And we all saw all of those things, even from Edo State. So, but the man is handicapped. He cannot spend his own personal resources. And that's to tell you, all of you, including all the speakers that were coming out to run their mouth on things that you don't have evidence about. All of you that were coming on to lie because they fed you with lies and you were running your mouth on hair. This is to tell you that K2 did not release any allocation to CCC Task Force operation. Baba Jovi never got money to work. And Baba Nosa Ojo could not get money to work. That was why you saw everything slow, sluggish, and things was not going on. And the passion and the motivations, even about members, was dropped. It's not easy. Alagba Nosa Ojo would not spend his personal resources from Edo State to be running around to K2 to go and monitor people who are going for anointment and be coordinating and be, all those things. Or he should spend his personal money and go to Agonge. If you are not giving him money, do you know how much money people like Baba Jovi and some other shepherds are spending on their personal resources to put on the gas that will take them to Port Novo, Ajashe, and all of those trips, following pastor, mobilizing entourage, and all of those things. Anyway, so at this point that they were removed, it's not a matter of let's celebrate or let's be happy or let's be sad. No. The thing that we fail to treat is the issue of the structural problem. So let's look at the root cause of the reason why some of these offices is not going to function. They will never function if there's no allocation. The church is not a poor church. The church is rich. So if we cannot allocate, they don't even have a bus to go for operation. They don't have any van. All of those vans you saw following Baba Jovi with the Mopo and other, it is personal connections, personal what's it called, grace, or people. I don't know how Baba Jovi was doing it anyway, but we thought that commissioner in his time, there will be a lot of mopo, a lot of vehicle, van, all those. Maybe the operation is going to be like a paramilitary and all of that, but everybody do training finish for Ibadan, then go back to their houses because the motivation is not there. So let's not blame Alagba Nosa Ojo. He cannot do much more better than what he did. And we work with him within the course of that 6 months. At least we worked with him for quite some time. And we know that he was also very passionate about the church, and he was very much concerned about the issue going on and how things was going on. But you cannot blame the man. No boss, no allocation, no office running cost, no field running cost. And but again, at this point, if the church need to move forward, I think they need to consider having operation boss for task force team. Even the monitoring team, they need a boss. Some of these task force people, Baba Okonla cannot do better than what he is doing because he's a shepherd. He has his family to feed and take care of. He will not be spending his own personal income to be running around from parish to parish or coordinate people and be organizing meetings. The church needs to wake up and learn how we can be responsible. You cannot just give somebody an appointment on a paper without any materials or resources that will support or aid the person to deliver. So those are the things we should look at. So for me, Ishioluwa Ntesiwaju, kò dúró.